Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today's topic is about feeling like a failure. And before we get into that, I just want to break down a few areas of things you guys may not have known. So first I'm going to do a quick history of why I eat to live and why I am Peg the Vegan. I have a long line of high blood pressure in my family. The women in my family have died from heart-related issues and blood pressure issues, which led me to want to break that cycle for myself and for my children. And so that is what drove the desire to want to eat to live. With that came an anxiety, so to speak. Me being on blood pressure pills since I was in my 20s and now being in my 40s, the older I got, I felt like, okay, well, all the women in my family passed in their 40s and 50s, and like it just created this anxiety. And then so like I would check my blood pressure, already anxious, and it would just make it go higher, and it was just like, it wasn't serving me. It was creating a very, very, very unhealthy fear, which was driving almost a manic progression towards being vegan and eating healthier to start out, because I didn't start out vegan, but starting that journey to eating healthier and just going step by step, it has led me to now being vegan, which was the best decision I could have ever made, ever. But just to let you know how I got there. So with that fear, having these anxieties that came with high blood pressure, and it led to the choice to eat healthier, to eat to live, and to implement that for my family, because again, I wanted to break that cycle. I didn't want the same thing for my children that was the norm for my family. So starting to teach myself while teaching them different ways to eat. So next I'll get into the cycle of things, of how my life was going, right? And the reason that I'm making this is because this time I want to be completely transparent and open with my viewers and the people that tune into my lifestyle. It wasn't cut and dry. It wasn't easy. I had a fear of not taking the blood pressure medication. So I knew eating right, eating healthier, my body responded well to it. My blood pressures would come down, they would normalize, everything would be well, but I was still afraid not to take them. And I know it sounds weird, it sounds a little crazy, but that's where my life was. That's where I have been for a very long time. So even to the point where like I did what I had to do to not take the medicine, and I put that information out there because I wanted people to know that yes, it is a real thing. But hiding behind the scenes the fact that I like later on down the line had secretly gone back to those medications, and really not wanting people to know it. It was an embarrassment. I felt embarrassed about the fact that I was teaching people how to eat to live, but I myself was still secretly taking this medication. So it became just a cycle of things, of round and round and round, and trying to hide that information. So furthering down this journey, knowing that I'm influencing people, I started feeling convicted about it. Like, just be honest with people, just tell them the truth. And so this is me, this is my truth and where I am. I will say that my body responds well when I eat completely holistic, completely like raw, plant-based and things. But I still eat chips and things like that, and I still eat snacks from time to time, and I still eat out from time to time. And that is when specifically my diastolic, my bottom number, doesn't respond well to that, and it makes it higher than the ideal number. I would check those numbers and I would literally be brought to tears because I was so frustrated with myself and I didn't want to take the medicine. But then like as time went on, it was like, okay, you're fighting this battle of not wanting to take the medication, but on the other side of that, like your health is the ultimate goal. Your health, bottom line, is the whole purpose for this. So if your body and blood pressure is your vessels are under stress while trying to figure out this lifestyle completely, maybe it's best to take the medication until you're disciplined enough to completely be raw vegan, or whatever it takes for my body to stay stabilized. here recently, within the last 2 weeks, I did decide to go back to the medication. It's a very small dosage, and I do still take my supplements like my hibiscus and my dandelion root and my magnesium, and things like that, my cayenne pepper and garlic, to keep the numbers down. But I do still take my small dose of prescription medication. Am I happy about that? Absolutely not. I am not, because that's not what I want for my life. But I have to just be transparent and open. That's where I am, to keep my numbers where they need to be so that my health stays intact while I'm trying to create this complete lifestyle. So I wanted to share with you guys, here's my little case that I keep my machine in. And this is my blood pressure machine. Okay. I'm on a journey, and I have a guide to that journey with step 1, step 2, and step 3. And step 1 is about 3 to 4 weeks of having my numbers at a certain place, which is the top number under 130, which is no problem for me. And that diastolic number being under 85, which is my problem area, because like I run right in the 90s in that number, and I need that number to come down. But I'm on a 3 to 4 week journey of taking my blood pressure twice a day, in the morning and in the evening. What does that look like? That looks like being in my reclining chair, but not reclined, feet on the floor, arm at heart level, so like right at about here. Calmed, because anxiety was my issue with my whole blood pressure. So making sure that I'm calm when I take those numbers is a big key. It is a big key. And like, I think a lot of my blood pressure is anxiety related, and I'll tell you why. I have found along my journey of research that just to make sure those numbers are correct, to lie down flat supine and drape the arm across the chest and take it, because it triggers your relaxed response. I forgot what that system is called, but like to relax yourself. And if that number is consistently high, then you know your numbers are high. But if that number is normalized, then you know that it's just an issue of you knowing how to breathe, diaphragmatic breathing, and relaxing. So here's my log that I'm keeping track of. So I write the date, what position I was in. I do it in the morning and the evening and record those numbers and any circumstances that might have been going on, because we know certain things, like if you're feeling like you have a head cold, or for me, like when I'm on my cycle, it makes it just a little bit higher, knowing like what I ate the day before, or if I took the medicine or I didn't take the medicine, just keeping a log of what was going on when that number was recorded at what it was at. And what I'm looking for is 4 weeks consistently of my numbers staying where they need to be, stabilized, and then starting to wean myself off, which is something I had never done before and is new to my journey. Before, I was so invested. I was just like all in. We're all in. I'm doing the herbs, I'm doing the natural eating, I'm doing all the things, no medicine, forget the medicine. Well, that was not realistic for me, and I had to do something that was sustainable. So again, I have my morning routine where I take my hibiscus and things in the afternoon, my dandelion root, and then in the evening time, my burdock root, my magnesium, and my medicine. And as that stays consistent for a few weeks, then I will back off of the medicine a little bit, and just try the herbs and then go from there. But this is what my journey is looking like. This is the first time that I've ever shared this with the world. Like, my husband knows the things that I go through, because like he's the person that I run to and confide in. But I wanted you guys to know the truth, and I wanted you guys to know that it is okay to take your medicine while you're trying to get off the medicine. Okay, we can't just stop it cold turkey. And yeah, so just, you know, be consistent. Like, if your desire is to be off of medications, then do it the right way. Don't do it like I did. Do what's best for you, but have a plan. Look up a plan for you. Find out what works for you and implement that. And then wean yourself, with the help of your doctor, off of your medicine. Unfortunately, the doctor that I was seeing didn't really believe in holistic treatment. So, like, you know, I had to go other routes of educating myself and trying to implement it. But whatever your situation is, I encourage you to just Stay diligent, stay strong, stay tapped in. So I'm going to link up top here a video on more of my why and my story. And you guys go and check that out. But until then, let's do something to eat to live and move to live. I'll catch y'all on the next one. Bye.